Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning. It looks like, do I have the right chart on here? No. Okay, we got to figure that out. We will get there. No worries, never fear. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Bill. Hey, Roberta, Julian, Squid. What is good, fine people of YouTube? All right, cool. That's working too. All right. Charts are good. We got a little move down this morning. Okay. All right. Which is kind of interesting because looks like there's going to be an end to the government shutdown, which I would assume would be bullish. But maybe there's an update to that. That's what I saw uh like right after the close yesterday. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. We're going to trade price action. We're going to trade the chart. Whatever's going on, that's what we're going to trade. Good morning, Ed. Good morning, Martin. The market is just about open here, guys, and we are in the midst of a downtrend. We're going to be looking for shorts right off the bat. Good morning, Pete. Hey, Anna. Shayak, good to see you. And there we go. Market is open, guys. Just getting our key levels here. ES still has quite a bit of resistance above, which we were not really able to clear in the overnight session. We're already below yesterday's low. That will be the first level that we're looking at to see if that can hold. So far, it looks like it's holding. But we'll give it time. It still could pop up. Good morning, Shredda. Paul, that's amazing. Another payout approved. Dude, great work. That was quick. That was a quick turnaround since your last payout, too. All right, we'll see if this next pullback gets above the EMA, gets above that key level. A little bit of rejection so far. Let's check out what NQ is doing. Man, it is like right at a bunch of different unbroken lows. So this is really contentious area. I would not be shorting right into it, but if this breaks to the downside, should be a nice move. It could also bounce, is the thing. Martin passed a test account. You got a pro account with Take Profit. Nice. Dude, Take Profit is the way to go. Those pro accounts, daily payouts. Just protect that risk. Get to your buffer. Take it slow, and then you can just take a little money out every day. Good morning to you, Tom. Tempting second entry short here on S&P. I think I gotta wait because we're just now clearing this level. Don't know if it's gonna hold yet. Market just opened. Very tempting to take that trade, and if you took it, nothing wrong with it. I would just rather give it a sec. Too much of a battle zone, yeah. And it does look like the shorts are winning so far, though. Good morning, Neil. Possible break, new low here, guys, but I would venture to guess that we're still in the midst of a channel. I would bet you that we got something like this going on. But we'll see. So far, breaking a new low. We'll pause for a minute. And let's see. Tom has a key level around this area. Let's check it out. Ooh, yeah. This unbroken low from a couple days ago. Let's put that on the chart. And we'll see if we break down below that. Again, I am quite suspicious that the S&P is still in the midst of a channel, that the downtrend is still active. And especially if we break through this next key level, it's going to be what we're trading. Nothing under that till 6,800. Yeah, same. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a pretty decent air pocket there. NQ, beautiful looking downtrend. Yeah, we can short this without hesitation if we get a nice pullback. There's ES right at that key level. So we might get a bounce off of it. And NQ is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to rewind. Just make sure we don't have any key levels around this area. We'd still have that gap fill. Okay, so this is... I think we're in a gap, basically. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't have anything until that gap fill. I'm going to make sure that is clear on the chart. And we never got to that. Look at NQ. This is crazy. Gap above us, gap below us. Traded right in the middle of that for like the last week. Now we're just now breaking into the gap to the downside. We'll see if it holds though, because ES, again, right at this level, this could still create a big bounce here. So I'd be really cautious. If we get a setup right here, I'm unfortunately not going to take it. We need to continue to push below this. If we get a setup like this, where it's like a break and retest of that area, I will take it, but not here and not if it bounces above. All right, so far so good. We are working our way below. That's what we want to see. NQ, just absolutely beautiful, grinder to the downside. But this is the one we need to watch. What's going to happen at this ES level? The bulls, it looks like, are starting to make an attempt. We'll see. We'll see how big of an attempt it is. How much progress it makes to the upside. All right, so far rejection. All right, on the NQ, this downtrend just keeps on trending. I'm gonna throw on a test contract here. Just playing the trend. Let me get my little disclaimer. And we're just going to throw one on the notion that this downtrend is valid, and we'll even hold through a pullback if we get it, and add if the EMA keeps acting as resistance if this trend continues to stay valid. ES, beautiful break under that key level. It's looking like this trend is still good. On this pullback, we're going to look to see how the EMA holds. So expecting a pullback, want to see rejection of the EMA, and then another rejection, get that second entry short. All right, here's the pullback. This might really go retest that key level. All right, that technically is a second entry short there. However, we're still in this little correction trend. I'd rather wait for a lower high. See if we can get a lower high here. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on up to the EMA. Give us that lower high. All right, watch for this to turn around. Buyers really are pushing towards that the retest of that key level. Ooh, I'm adding on that candle on NQ if that closes right around there. Watching for the close. Nope, probably not gonna add yet. The bar did not tick higher on ES. Still need a lower high. Good morning, gaming. Cheryl, what's up? Watching for this bar to turn around. Okay, here we go. Here's a retest of that key level. The uptrend is, this little correction uptrend is played out though. Move up, break new high, so we're good to go looking for a short. We especially want a push below the EMA, lower high like that. All right, this is why you watch key levels, guys. We're breaking above it now. We're back in this battle zone, so we got to be really careful in here. Still looking for that push below and the lower high. Still waiting to push below the moving average. There is no sense in going short until we do. We still might break above this key level. It is possible that we have like a wider uptrend working here, although that kind of looks like it had an overshoot. Okay, here's the push below we're looking for. Now we just need that lower high. Very contentious area. You can see how fast the bars are forming here. There's a lot of activity, a lot of transactions are taking place right now. And that does not look like we're rejecting. All right, this little channel reached a new high. We have this move up. We got a break. We got our new high. Now we would expect that that uptrend is done for the time being. Again, looking for a push down, lower high. But around these key levels, like this could be the start of a big uptrend or something. It's the kind of place where buyers might add. You can get some unusual type price action. Big push here. Battle continues, man. That's a pretty big reversal type candle. Patiently waiting here. We don't have an uptrend in play. We still have that larger downtrend in play, but We're going to need to push below the 21 before we consider anything. There's a nice attempt lower. Wow, man. Wow. That's some serious volume coming in at this area. Buyers are really trying to bounce this here. Cool. There's a nice push below, looking for that lower high. Will we even get that lower high? Maybe not. Watching for it though. Martin asking to see NQ. Yeah, I added to NQ. We're still riding that. Coming back towards break even here, and I'll add some more if we continue to push towards that low. So you have this trend in play. That's what we're going off of, assuming at a break that it's going to have a new low. Just riding that. And yeah, especially if we get like a little mini second entry short or something, can easily add to that. But main thing on this test strategy is just adding to winners. So if we get down in here and the probabilities increase that we're going to make a new low, I'll add pretty significantly in there. So that's what's going on that chart. ES looking for a chance to enter. Want like a mini pullback here, like so. What we're looking for. It's really pushing here, guys. Hopefully we get a setup before it just launches to a new low. But that little move down did technically play out right here, the minor little move. So we could get a bounce before ultimately dropping down. And even though that minor downtrend did play out, I would still consider a second entry short because of the larger downtrend that's still in play. Another push by the buyers. That's the kind of contention we can get at these key levels, guys. Both sides are just really trying to enforce their will here. Back above the key level. Not a good sign for bears. This is looking like its own trend here. Push above. I would actually consider a long at this point. And I already, once we started the EMA wasn't confirming, I already scaled out of Nasdaq. So not worth holding if you're not getting that confirmation. But now that we're above the key level, yeah, this is where I'd look for a long move up. Let's look for that pullback to hold right here, and then we'll take a trade to the long side. It's still possible that we push back below that key level, but it does look like buyers are taking over here. Mega bear trap for sure. See what this pullback looks like. Oh, is this overnight low? Yeah, very close to it. And previous days, the lows right above us too. Another push up. We didn't even get a pullback to the EMA. And buyers eager to get another leg higher. Pretty wild price action this morning, y'all. Good morning, Octopus. Yeah, this is wild stuff. Looked like we might have a really nice, easy downtrend. But it appears that is not the case. This looks like a spike in a secondary channel working up, so still considering the long. when we get the pullback, of course, we're going to want to assess it. If we get a couple really long bars like this, I'm not going to be playing the uptrend any longer. For a pullback, we want to see a nice gradual move, right? Something like this would be solid. That will likely continue to the upside. Okay, here's the pullback again. We do not want to see big candles slicing through the EMA. If we do, we are not going to be looking for that long anymore. Moment of truth here on the 21. Is this going to hold or are we going to drop down? All right, nice first entry there on the EMA, but it needs to hold again, right? We've had one leg of a pullback. Nice little bounce up. If that second leg holds and we get a bullish bar right here, that's where I'm going to be taking long. But I don't know. These bearish candles are pretty legit. Kind of looks like we're going to drop. I like that. Like that second bounce. See how this bar finishes. Nope, not quite a good finish there. Getting an order ready just in case though. Nope, not holding. Another close below the 21. A little bit of an attempt to get back up, and we'll take a higher low if it forms. So push up here, get that higher low. That'll be our chance to go long. But that is not the bar you want to see. All right, this measured move reversing on NQ. I got back in here. Yeah, perfect 2 legs of correction. We turned right down, right at those key levels. Still playing this larger downtrend as a possibility. I will like take off size here if it starts to go against me, but so far looking pretty decent. We'll ride it, and if we get closer to the low, we'll possibly even add to it. Nice, Neil taking the double lower high on S&P, I would assume. Yeah, if you're not playing that little secondary channel, that is a decent spot. Just worries me when you get a big bounce above the key level like that. But yeah, I don't think there's anything too terribly wrong with taking that short. Cool. So now we got a little move down. See if this trend can continue. If it does, we'll be looking for that pullback. We'll be looking for the second entry short. Just riding NQ right now. We'll ride it all the way to the new low if we can. Okay, ES pulling back. Gonna be watching again for that EMA. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Will we reject here? I'm going to be reducing size on my NQ trade if we don't reject at the EMA. We're still in the first leg of this pullback on ES. Has not broken a low, so it hasn't technically made its first attempt down yet. There it is. Just broke that last bar's low, so that is our first attempt down. See if we can get the second leg, and then we'll be looking for the bearish signal bar or right here to go short. Yep, did not get the setup there, but it is confirming bearishness. We're back at the key level on ES. And another pivotal moment here. If this starts holding as support, we're going to be bullish. So if we can't break through this and start popping up again, that's when we're going to be looking for a long. So yeah, we'll have to start watching this area pretty carefully on ES. On NQ, same plan, just going to be adding to this if it goes in my favor, and reducing size if it goes against me. Pretty simple. The idea being that we had this downtrend, we got a break, not just a break, but two perfect measured legs likely to come, get that new low. So we're holding for that, but we'll manage our risk accordingly on the way down. So again, if it starts to go against me, I'll be taking size off. If it keeps going in my favor, I will add to it. Idea, make winners bigger and losers smaller. That's the name of the game. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the stream this morning, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be switching over to Discord and, of course, giving updates on this position, as well as trading our bread and butter everyday setups. The edge that we got that allows us to take money out of the market. So if you want to join, awesome group of traders, like absolutely killed it yesterday. Ton of green across the board. Members are getting payouts. It's good stuff, man. So links below. Hope to see you over there. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.